Something that a lot of tourists haven't really seen before.
A preview of what they might expect at the Expo Hotel in Al Wasl Dome.
I think it's the first time that there is actually a hotel inside the exhibition area.
10 years ago, that reaction wouldn't have been feasible or even possible.
And I can only say we're fully operational.
Good morning, everyone. During this unique time, we wanted to share how our industry peers are coping with this situation and transitioning into a new way of doing things. So welcome to Industry Spectrum Home Edition. My first guest is Ralph Steinhauer of RSP. Hello, Ralph. Thank you for being here. Ralph, could you please start by telling our audience about RSP?
RSP is a company that is over 60 years old now. It was founded in Singapore in 1956, and it grew from a small regional office to a global multidisciplinary company. We have about 1,300 people worldwide.
So what are some of RSP's most iconic projects, both in the UAE and worldwide?
I think one of the projects that we have done that maybe a lot of people have seen in the press lately, that is a collaboration project between RSP and Moshe Safdie, is the Jewel at Changi Airport in Singapore. It's one of the ones that we're really proud of. And that is a huge success, I think, in terms of a destinational project in Singapore. For us here in the Middle East, we just recently handed over Nakheel Mall on the Palm. The team is finishing the tower, which is associated to the mall. It's going to be a St. Regis hotel with 300 hotel keys and 600 serviced apartments, and a very, very unique feature on the top of the tower, which is 360-degree swimming pool that wraps around the building, and the signature restaurant, and then on top is a viewing platform. So people can actually come to the Palm and experience the shape of the Palm, which is something that a lot of tourists haven't really seen before, because when you go, you don't really know what you're on.
Okay. With the announcement of postponing Expo 2020 by 1 year, can you maybe give our audience a preview of what they might expect at the Expo Hotel in Al Wasl Dome?
We were commissioned to do the fit out for a hotel which is right in the center and the heart of Expo. It's connected to Al Wasl Dome. I think it's the first time that there is actually a hotel inside the exhibition area. So this is something very unique, where visitors will really have the opportunity to immerse themselves in the Expo experience.
So when the COVID-19 situation started, what was the message from the RSP leadership to your 1,300 strong employees? And how did technology help with the design, the social design aspect?
When we realized that we have to shift our people to home office, we made a conscious decision to do a trial run. So we informed everybody that by the end of the week, we would like everybody to take their hardware home, and that we would like to have a trial run. That was on a Thursday night. Everybody packed up their computers and their screens. And then on a Saturday at 10 a.m. in the morning, we had our first group call, and we wanted to see how everybody is set up. Quite remarkable, because out of 50 people in the office, I think we had only 3 people who had some technical glitches. This was something that was early in March, when we revisited the situation with the lessons learned from our offices in Asia. And then we decided that we're going to keep everybody home. We thought it's the safest thing to do, and we realized that it works remarkably well.
It's quite amazing how maybe 10 years ago that reaction wouldn't have been feasible or even possible.
And I remember that when I started working in professional life, I was still drawing by hand. And I mean, that's only 20 years ago. It would have been impossible to have a home office setup back then. And I'm really glad that we evolved this far by now, and that we can share through cloud and BIM 360. Everything works so well, and the team is really happy. And I wonder if some of the people actually don't want to come back to the office once we do go back.
It would be amazing to see the effect on the generation that was actually born with these tools. So we've done the transition from working in the office to being able to work from home. But I look at my kids now, and homeschooling to them is second nature. I can only imagine what happens in 20 years when they're the actual workforce.
Yeah, I still see it also with our younger staff. I think for them, it's the most natural transition, where probably the older you get, the more skeptical you are. Is this going to work? Are we still going to be efficient? And I have to say the efficiency is very high. I'm very glad with the outcome at the moment. And I can only say we're fully operational.
Ralph, thank you so much for sharing your insight. And thank you everyone for tuning in to Industry Spectrum Home Edition. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.